Hi Becky, here's vlog number 4. So for this vlog, I'm choosing to talk about one of the articles from the Social Welfare Policy Regulation and Resistance Among People of Color book. I chose chapter 11, which is fear of calling the police, regulation and resistance around immigration enforcement activities. I chose to do this one this week for a couple of reasons. I think it coincided with already talking about immigration, and that's the group that I'm a part of, so I just thought it was really relevant. Um, there was, through reading this article, a lot of stuff that I knew about already, and a lot of details that I didn't know that became, for me as I was reading, became quickly relevant to the work that I do. Specifically looking at the Illegal Immigration and Reform and Responsibility Act, and the provision in it, the Act 287G, that allows police officers and ICE to work together, and the special training that police officers can get, and the money that comes from. Um, that in particular was really alarming to me because of my work in DV, in domestic violence. It made me wonder and start kind of doing some research, which unfortunately hasn't borne out any results at this point, but do some research into what the local police and county sheriff's offices, if they're participating in this program, or if they had participated in this program in the past. Um, Mostly because what I've seen, the Washington County Sheriff's Office itself has already been has already made national news twice, for instances of where ICE has come to the county sheriff's office, or excuse me, to the Washington County Courthouse, and harassed and attempted to pick up people. And both instances where they made national news was when they misidentified someone and essentially just stopped someone because they were a brown person. Um, and so for me, that really kind of made me think about how the ways in which how important it is for the work that I do that the courthouses are safe from ICE and safe from police trying to enforce immigration policy. And so it made me wonder where that's at, and it's really triggered me to do some research on that. Um, some of the other things about this that really was insane to me is just the idea that they were randomly stopping people, um, and just asking for any kind of identification to prove that you were a citizen. Particularly, again, just really doing a lot of racial profiling, um, and really the this Sheriff Arpaio person and how he was able to get away um, with so much for so long is just absolutely incredible to me, and really pointed to um, a failure of the system. Um, the other part that I thought was really interesting on this article was the linkage where they talked about the communities of faith and immigration. Um, and one quote that I thought was really, really powerful, from Reverend Samuel Rodriguez, who's the president of the National Hispanic Christian Leadership Conference, um, which serves about 10,000 churches, with 15 million members, said, "So down the road, when the white evangelical community calls on us and says, we want to partner with you on marriage, we want to partner on family issues, my first question will be, where were you when 12 million of our brothers and sisters were about to be deported and 12 million families disenfranchised?" I thought that was a really powerful statement and really spoke a lot to um, the intersectionality of identities, and really talking about how, when we're not intersectional, in really any of our communities, whether it be communities of faith, whether it be when we're talking about mental health issues, whatever it is, if we're not looking at it in an intersectional way and considering all systems of oppression, it really just becomes an arm of white supremacy, which I think is really what this person was getting at, is that when in the community they were not getting all of the support from the evangelical population that they wanted. They essentially were saying, excuse me, they were essentially saying, well, if you weren't with us here, how do you expect us to be with you in these other places? Because at that point, you're just using us to complete your own political agenda, which I thought was really interesting and really powerful. So, and the other thing that I thought was really hearing from, it is not, I'm not a Latinx person, and so really hearing the experiences of the Latinx population from themselves was also really enlightening, particularly when they really, in multiple places throughout the article, they made it really clear that, look, as long as police are partnering with ICE and getting money and special training from ICE to enforce deportation, as a community of undocumented people, we do not feel safe calling the police. And here are all the reasons why, but that as a whole is not good for the community, because essentially crime and dangerous activity is happening within the community, and that's going to affect everyone, whether or not you're documented, undocumented, white, Latinx, it doesn't matter. Your children go to school with my children, type of deal. And so the violence that might be experienced, or the drug use, or whatever it might be, where the Latinx person is uncomfortable, or the undocumented person is uncomfortable coming forward for support because of their immigration status, they're not able to get that help. And so those negative outcomes are going to have an entire effect on the community. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the vlog, and I will see you whenever we have class next.